15. Eintracht Frankfurt, Bundesliga. Nicknamed Die Adler, the Eagles. Eintracht Frankfurt are one of Germany's most beloved clubs. Based in the city of Frankfurt, they have one of the most passionate fan bases in Europe. Their greatest modern success came in 2022 when they won the UEFA Europa League, defeating Rangers on penalties. This was their first European title since 1980, when they won the old UEFA Cup. Frankfurt's history also includes winning the inaugural Bundesliga match in 1963 and reaching the 1960 European Cup final, where they lost 7-3 to Real Madrid in one of the most famous matches ever. Known for their fiery supporters and massive traveling crowds, Frankfurt always punch above their weight in Europe. 14. Fiorentina, SerieA. Fiorentina, or La Viola, are based in Florence, a city of art and romance, and their purple kit is among the most iconic in football. They were Serie A champions twice, 1956 and 1969, and have come close many times since. Fiorentina reached the 1957 European Cup final, becoming the first Italian team to play in a European final. Legends like Roberto Baggio, Giancarlo Antognoni, and Gabriel Batistuta made Fiorentina a cult club in the 80s and 90s. In modern times, they've been more of a mid-table side, but their youth academy continues to produce talent, most notably Federico Chiesa and Dusan Vlahovic before they moved to Juventus. 13. Bayer Leverkusen, Bundesliga. Forever remembered as Neverkusen because of their infamous runner-up heartbreaks. In 2002, they finished second in the Bundesliga, lost the German Cup final, and also lost the Champions League final to Real Madrid, Zidane's legendary volley. Despite the pain, Leverkusen have built a reputation for developing world-class players. Michael Ballack, Bernd Schneider, Lucio, Toni Kroos, and Kai Havertz. In 2023-24, under Xabi Alonso, they finally wrote history, going unbeaten in the Bundesliga and winning their first-ever league title, completing a domestic double. A redemption story decades in the making. 12. Lazio, Serie A. The Sky Blue Giants of Rome. Lazio are fierce rivals with AS Roma in the Derby della Capitale, one of the most heated rivalries in world football. Lazio have won 2 Serie A titles, 1974 and 2000, with the latter season being one of their greatest ever squads. Alessandro Nesta, Pavel Nedved, Juan Sebastian Veron, and Marcelo Salas. They've also won 7 Coppa Italia trophies and 1 UEFA Super Cup, 1999. Lazio fans are some of the most passionate in Italy, and their curve, ultras, are known for creating electrifying atmospheres. 11. Borussia Mönchengladbach, Bundesliga. In the 1970s, Gladbach were Europe's most exciting attacking side. With players like Jupp Heynckes, Bertie Voets, and Alan Simonsen, they won 5 Bundesliga titles in that decade. They also won 2 UEFA Cups, 1975, 1979, and reached a European Cup final, losing to Liverpool in 1977. Their rivalry with Cologne is fierce, and their Borussia Park still hosts some of Germany's loudest fans. While they're no longer title challengers, their golden 70s made them a permanent part of Bundesliga folklore. 10. Napoli, Serie A. Napoli became a global brand thanks to Diego Maradona. Before his arrival in 1984, Napoli had never won Serie A. But with Maradona leading, they won 2 Scudetti, 1987, 1990, the Coppa Italia, 1987, and the UEFA Cup, 1989. His legacy turned Napoli into a religion for the city. After decades of financial struggles and relegations, Napoli rose again. In 2022-23, led by Victor Osimhen and Kvicha Kvaratskhelia, they won their 3rd Scudetto after 33 long years. Napoli is now seen as one of Europe's most exciting clubs again, with one of the most emotional fan bases in the world. 9. Schalke 04, Bundesliga. From the Ruhr region, Schalke are Germany's working-class pride. They've won 7 German championships, but strangely never the Bundesliga since its modern creation in 1963. Their fans are among the most loyal in the world, regularly filling the Veltins Arena, even in bad times. Schalke's rivalry with Borussia Dortmund, known as the Rivalries, is one of the fiercest in Europe. Schalke were also UEFA Cup winners in 1997, defeating Inter Milan. Financial troubles and relegations in recent years have hurt them, but their status as a German football powerhouse is unquestioned. 8. AS Roma, Serie A. The pride of the Eternal City, Roma are famous for their loyal fanbase and history of flair players. Roma have won 3 Serie A titles, last in 2001, with Totti, Batistuta, and Cafu leading the charge. They also reached the 1984 European Cup final, losing to Liverpool and Rome. Roma are also the only Italian club to win the UEFA Europa Conference League 2022 under Jose Mourinho, giving them their first ever European trophy. Club legends like Francesco Totti, Daniele De Rossi, and Bruno Conti define the identity of Roma as a club that values loyalty, artistry, and drama. Siebter Hamburg SV, Bundesliga. Once a true powerhouse, Hamburg SV were European champions in 1983, defeating Juventus in Athens. They were also six-time German champions, and for years they had the nickname Dino because they had never been relegated from the Bundesliga since 1963. Sadly, in 2018, they finally dropped down to the 2. Bundesliga. Despite recent struggles, HSV remain a historic club that produced legends like Kevin Keegan, Felix Magath, and Raphael van der Vaart. Hotodic Inter Milan, SerieA. Inter Milan, the Nerazzurri, are one of the most successful clubs in world football. They've won 20 Serie A titles, second most after Juventus, 3 Champions League trophies, 1964, 1965, 2010, and were the first Italian club to achieve a treble, Serie A, Coppa Italia, Champions League, under Jose Mourinho in 2010. Legendary players like Javier Zanetti, Ronaldo Nazario, Giuseppe Meazza, and Lautaro Martinez have worn the shirt. Inter are fierce rivals with AC Milan in the Derby della Madonnina, a match that divides the city of Milan. Fünfter Borussia Dortmund, Bundesliga. Borussia Dortmund, or BVB, are defined by their fans and their attacking style. The Yellow Wall, Südtribüne, is the largest terrace stand in Europe, holding over 25,000 fans. Dortmund have won 8 Bundesliga titles and 1 Champions League, 1997, defeating Juventus in Munich. They also reached the 2013 Champions League final under Jurgen Klopp. Known for their ability to develop stars, Lewandowski, Haaland, Sancho, Götze, Dortmund are always seen as Bayern's main rivals. 4. AC Milan, Serie A. The Rossoneri are football royalty. AC Milan have won 7 Champions League titles, the second most in history, only behind Real Madrid. Domestically, they have 19 Serie A titles. In the late 1980s and early 90s, Milan dominated Europe under Arrigo Sacchi and Fabio Capello, with legends like Van Basten, Gullit, and Maldini. In the 2000s, they had another golden generation with Kaká, Pirlo, Shevchenko, and Nesta. Their 2007 Champions League triumph was sweet revenge over Liverpool after losing in the famous 2005 final. Milan represent elegance, history, and resilience. 3. Juventus, Serie A. Nicknamed La Vecchia Signora, the Old Lady, Juventus are Italy's most successful domestic club. They've won 36 Serie A titles, more than any other team. They've also won 2 Champions League trophies, 1985, 1996, though they're infamous for losing 7 finals. Juventus are historically linked with legends like Alessandro Del Piero, Michel Platini, Gianluigi Buffon, and more recently Cristiano Ronaldo. Despite their controversies, Calciopoli scandal in 2006, and financial troubles in recent years, Juve remained the biggest brand in Italian football. 2. Bayern Munich, Bundesliga. The absolute kings of Germany. Bayern have won 33 Bundesliga titles, including 11 in a row from 2013 to 2023, and 6 Champions League trophies. Their golden eras include the 1970s team, led by Franz Beckenbauer, Gerd Müller, and Sepp Maier, and the modern dynasties featuring Philipp Lahm, Thomas Müller, and Robert Lewandowski. Bayern are also the only German team to win the Sechstupel 2020 under Hansi Flick. For decades, Bayern have set the standard for German football. Dominant, efficient, and relentless. 1. The Giants, Bayern Munich and AC Milan/Juventus, Bundesliga and Serie A royalty. If we had to crown the kings of each league, it would be Bayern Munich, Bundesliga's ultimate powerhouse, AC Milan or Juventus, Serie A legendary dynasties. Together, these clubs symbolize the best of Germany and Italy in European football. Their histories, trophies, and legends make them icons that will always dominate football conversations.